Hello, everybody. Good evening, good night, whatever time it is in your part of the world. And yes, we are trying a new name, Mixed Signals. We'll see how that goes next week. It could be called anything else. It could be called We're No Longer Here Anymore. We're not doing this anymore. But you're here for the what could be the sexiest live stream of all time. I'm not including myself in that. We have the beautiful Drunk 3PO. Hello, Drunk.
Thank you. You know, Anna had a little fight today on Twitter, and there was somebody.
Hang on, I have to introduce Anna first before you start. So
someone said
the other
that
part of that introduction was that
very
Star
ugly.
Wars girl, Anna.
Hello.
He stepped all over it, but thank you for coming.
Sorry.
How dare you, Drunk?
Sorry.
I want my logo in between you two, like the thorn between the roses. So sorry, you were saying, Drunk. How have you been?
It's good. What a good, very productive, busy week, but that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing to be busy. Try to
and
get
Anna, have you
done.
been fighting with the normal bunch of trolls that go after you every day?
Yeah, pretty much. Apparently, I'm hideous and my artwork sucks, so it's the same thing, just different day.
Hideous.
Yeah.
I did see that. I should try and grab a picture of it. That is the cover for the Stealing Solo, isn't it? Isn't it like a let me see if I've got a picture of it here. Is that the cover they're talking about, the Stealing Solo cover?
Yeah.
Is it a special Fandom Menace? Is the actual book the same? Is it just the cover that's different?
Yeah, it's just a variant cover. So it's like the second chance at the comic.
And hang on, it'd be good to have a picture of it to show people. And so there's all people from there. Did Drunk make it onto the cover?
He did not, unfortunately. So
what about Robot Head? Did he make it on?
No. And I had no control over who was on it. It had to do, because this is not my...
Thanks for coming on. What do you reckon? Will that do for today, Drunk?
In my defense, I just painted it. It's not my cover. It's not my design. I'm just the artist that got hired to do it. But it was all of like Jeff's friends that started out and were part of like the High Council and stuff. So if it's successful, he's considering doing another one, which, yes, some amazing robots, might make their way front and center. Yes. So go back the campaign, and if it's successful enough, we might do another one.
Did you hear that, people? If you go back the campaign, there'll be a whole cover of just me and Drunk 3PO, just the two of us.
I like when we're riding in the car. Like, that's kind of cool.
Yes.
Like at your intro, we could do a cover like that.
When you make it over here, we're going to do that in reality.
Oh, man. I was supposed to be there this year, too.
So were you going to say there was a story, or were you just talking about the fight over the cover, Jay?
No, somebody, I guess they found the cover of that, and somebody said, yeah, the girls are more repulsive than the guys that are in the Fandom Menace. And I was like, he's saying I'm ugly? What? What's up with that? So, and then what's weird is
all of them was like, what do you look like?
I know.
Because let's see, let's do a picture comparison, smash or pass. I'm pretty sure I can be confident enough that I would win that one.
What they've done to Anna is like they're like, oh, look at her, and then someone always posts a picture from her Instagram to be like, oh, look at what she looks like, and then people get thirsty. And it's just so funny because like Anna will text me, she goes, I'm in a war right now, and then I'm like, I'll go look because I want to see what's going on. And there's people that are like, look at this woman, she's not ugly at all, you're stupid. And then they were like, well, she's part of this toxic group, and oh my gosh, you got one. There
I did save this one because this is why we like Anna. I like this response, and I think in my voice it'll even sound better. I'm the chick in the bikini, and guess what? My tits are actually bigger in real life. Want to continue to body shame us, or are you cool with being a sexist pig? That's if you want daily entertainment, just follow that Star Wars Girl 77, and you get gems like that. And the next one's always just blocked.
Yep. Well, no, the person blocked me, but then continued to insult me, and so I just retweeted them again because he's like, "You're just objectifying women for all the man babies," and I'm like, "It's me. It's a painting of me in the gold bikini. I'm not." And he's like, "You're drawing half naked girls." I'm like, "I'm the only one that's half naked."
And they've obviously never heard you talk about Superman.
No.
If they want to know what real objectification is.
Oh my gosh, the one that she just recently did. She's like, here I am launching at Henry Cavill's penis. I was like, what the heck, Anna?
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh my god, she puts a picture up of Henry Cavill's crotch, and his wang is showing a little bit through his sweatpants, and then she's got a picture of like a cartoon guy busting through a window, and she's like, that's me busting into Henry Cavill's penis or something like that. I was like,
to be fair, I kind of think he posted that for me. I am getting that level of cockiness because that picture suspiciously came out right after my last simp video. So I think he's throwing me a bone. I'm getting these subliminal messages.
You hope he's throwing you a bone
I
in the
really
near future.
do. Yes, please.
There's
my
one.
God.
I'm actually going through your time. I'm trying to find it. But another one made me laugh was when was he doing some martial arts?
Oh my
He's like
god!
sitting on another guy. And what did you? I think all you said was you
listen to
volunteered.
her giggle like that. It's like a horny giggle.
I just tried to find it, but there's. Oh, here it is. Let's.
You gotta look at the positions that they're in. I volunteer as tribute, and then he's got his like robe perfectly like opening to show his chest hair, and it's like, oh.
And we might.
I don't think I've ever had a woman do that to me. Never had that one. I gotta work.
Post pictures like that, and you might.
I posted a picture of me in the shower, and I did get a lot of weird comments, but the weirdest ones were take the towel off, aim the camera lower, and I'm like, oh god. So
I have a point.
Oh, Lord.
Where have I gone? I'm back in the studio. There I am. Yes, there he is. He's really getting into it there. I think that was one of the ones that Anna wanted to be part of.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
I need water.
I told you this would be the sexiest stream of all time.
She needs water.
Well, no, so Geeks and Gamers, they're going to be doing that charity stream, right? And with Zack Snyder, I'm like, this man has Henry's phone number, probably on one of his speed dial buttons. Oh, wait, phones don't have buttons anymore. Never mind. But still, hook me up, guys. Everyone go spam that chat for the charity.
Can you imagine if he just sort of appears on camera with Zach, like he just like slides in as a joke? It'll be like the horror film where the girl comes out of the TV. Somehow Anna will find out a way to go through the screen and attack him.
Oh my gosh.
In the nicest possible way.
It's so funny you bring up that movie. I remember watching that when I was a kid when it came out, and I was at my best friend's house and her name was Morgan. And then when they reveal who like the mom is of that little girl, the lady's name was Anna Morgan. And so I have a very special relationship with that creepy movie. But yes.
What was it called again?
It was The Ring.
Yes, The Ring. Yes, it was especially creepy. Yes, well, you can do The Ring on him. You can just go for him through the screen.
Oh, and I will break the dimensions of time to do that.
We'll just all hear about the restraining
I know someone
order.
that dated him, you know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and yeah, somebody was I think it was Star Wars Cringe was on my case about posting like the Jeaner, that was my tag thing, and I'm like, this woman has been nothing but nice to me, and I almost included in there, even though I lust after her ex-boyfriend every single day, and she could probably kill me with one punch. She's been nothing but kind to me.
Speaking of Gina, and now it's Drunk's turn to be excited.
I've been tagged in that photo about 100 times. There's another
I want to see your face. I want to see your face there, just looking over.
Dear God.
No, somebody just needs to Photoshop out Baby Yoda and put, 3PO there.
Please don't do that. Oh my gosh, There's another
Am I-
photo that was floating around Facebook that everyone was tagging me in, where she's laying in the bed, and
Did you take the
they're
photo?
like, Jay, did you take that photo? Did you take that photo? I'm like, oh my god, and I'm like, guys, I didn't. They're
But
tagging me
the
on
important
Instagram.
question is it to scale? Like, Jay, you're the only one who'll know.
I don't know if I should give out that information, but
Well, I didn't just bring her up for that. But did you? I was gonna say, did you see this? But of course, you would have seen this.
yeah,
Drunk, you just like when you share an apartment with her, you'll see everything that's about her. I suppose you
Dear
probably
God.
helped her type this out. But
Oh my God.
can you tell us about this? Have I put the
It
same
looks-
photo up twice?
It's
think I have.
so odd to see. It just looks like Twitter was just trying to silence. Like they're just silencing voices.
I should
and stuff.
explain here. This is how professional I am. I've saved the same photo twice. But what happened was some of the likes disappeared, didn't they? Like thousands of them.
Yeah, over the course of a few hours, and that keeps it from being, reaching a bigger audience.
So it was just a
So-
poll saying that most Americans stand behind Gina Carano, oppose Disney's woke politics. And I think she had like 4,000 or something at 4 p.m. And then at 6:49 p.m. it was down to 500 likes. So yes, they're definitely out to get her. That's for sure.
It just keeps changing though. It just kept changing and getting smaller, and she just kept taking screenshots and posting it. And I think though, I think because she kept posting it, I think Twitter was like, put him back. So
Oh, so did they put him back in the end?
I think it's back up to like 11,000 now. So, but it was really weird how like these type of posts, they didn't want them. It's like Twitter didn't want it out, want it shared. It was being suppressed.
Well, we've seen that happen before with other tweets, but the way that they did it with her, it's like, oh, here's over 1,200 just gone like that.
Yeah,
they-
man.
they're not
Baby
making it
Yoda,
subtle,
look
are
how
they?
happy Grogu is, man. Dear God.
Well, he's just had a feed. The so sorry about that. Maybe, maybe we'll just settle you down, drunk. I'll put another one up there for you. But also, what did you think about this, you guys? About the Disney CEO says the firing was about values that are universal. Do you agree with that?
Who do you want to go first? Because I
You
could
go
go
first.
from. So, if I were to look at this, I would say two things. Number one, I think it's pretty amazing that stockholders now that he actually heard a question like this, because in a lot of the meetings he doesn't hear they don't hear questions like this. So it's obviously have reached to the point where people want to ask why did you fire Gina Carano? Why did you do this? He gave a pretty political answer about saying, well, the values at Lucasfilm at Disney are one of he went through this long list of integrity, love, just a whole bunch of weird positive values that basically he deflected the question, and then he just said, okay, next question. So, but the fact that it reached this level of people asking him about it was, in my opinion, is a good thing. It's a good thing because not only did they ask that, they asked if Kathleen Kennedy was going to get fired. So now it's really hitting the point where more than just people like us are saying it. You're talking about like normal people are wondering what is happening. Why did this happen? And he just deflected the question, which is what I expected him to do anyway. Like he wasn't going to come out and be like, I don't know. He basically acted like he didn't even know who she was. So
The first place I saw it was on Anna's Twitter, I think. Is there a video of that, or is it just like an audio feed?
Oh, no, it's just an audio feed. So since Disney is a publicly traded company, they have to post all of their like shareholder and investor day meetings. The investor day meetings are the ones in December, so they actually have video for that. But for this, it's just audio. I can find the the link and send it to you. It's about 50 minutes long, so I just clipped the sections where he talks specifically about Star Wars and Gina and then Kathleen Kennedy.
It would have been good to be in the room when they asked that question. Does
it
anyone
was-
here? I
it's
never
a-
think she's going to get fired. I think she's just way too powerful and in just a position where it'd be just too much of a shit show if she ever got fired. If they ever got rid of her, I reckon they would just pay her off to retire or move on. Like there'd never be a day they're saying she's fired. That's never ever going to happen.
No,
Even if they do move
I
her
think
on.
He's way too powerful.
she'd say
Yeah.
she'd resign, but I think I personally believe that she's going to stick around until she finishes the Indiana Jones film, because she just those Indiana Jones and the Jurassic Park, they were all the those were her big deal movies.
And
that she-
they're all kicking along great, aren't they? Like Indiana Jones is at its top after the last one. Same
Oh,
with
yeah.
Jurassic Park. They're both firing.
gosh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she's in. She's doing well, but some people always keep saying that she's going to go. But yeah, in that position, can you imagine how bad that would look? Like people are outraged if they'd sack someone. Imagine if they actually sacked their leader, their female leader. It'd be like the end of the world.
One of the reasons
I-
why I think that they can't do that. But
Yes.
she'll just, I mean, she's like what, almost 70 now? It's gonna happen eventually. It's if she just said, "Hey, I'm old, I'm gonna go party with all my money," all of us would be like, "All right, yeah, do it." We totally are 100% supportive of that decision. Go party with all of your millions of dollars. But I mean, I don't know why she wants to waste her time destroying the world, but some people are just evil, I guess.
And actually, Anna, I want to ask you. I heard you telling a good story. I'm trying to think where I heard this, where you were talking about how George virtually got ripped off. And
That was on the High Council.
what book was that from?
That's Bob Iger's book, A Ride of a Lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't know how his editor read that and said, "Yes, this is a good idea. Let's show this to the world."
And so he just straight out admits it in that book.
Yeah, well, he's very diplomatic about the way he presents information. And, obviously it's from his point of view. So he's like, "Oh, yeah, well, I did this and this. And George was more argumentative and Steve Jobs was like this. But at the end of the day, I had my goal." And it's like, so you're basically Palpatine. Got it.
Well, he can come back from the dead after 30 years. That is impressive. Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
say
there's-
that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. You go.
I was saying that book was actually it was actually a really good book of a man on how to rise to power.
Yes.
And to me it sounded like a resume for the presidency, because he was like, "I've got great relationships in China. Look what I did over there. I got great
Mhm.
relationships over here. Look what I did over there."
This is
And then
how
he
I
talks-
deal with traumatic events, like a kid getting eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that the kid at Disneyland? Like, is that actually mentioned? Or were you just using that
Yeah.
as a story?
No, he mentions that in the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
few chapters, where he was like, he called the family when that happened. I was here when that happened, and actually at the hotel, if people don't know what happened, at the most expensive hotel on the Walt Disney World property here in Florida, Orlando, the Grand Floridian, they have a fake beach over a lake, a large lake, where you could watch the fireworks coming from the Magic Kingdom and all that stuff. And at the time, they didn't have, there's signs everywhere saying don't swim in the water. It's just like sand on the beach. So a small child in the real late at night got away from his parents and went out into the water, where no one really knows exactly what happened, because after the it's horrible to say, but after the autopsy, it was determined that the boy drowned before the alligator got a hold of him. But a small child went in the water, and an alligator grabbed him and pulled him on, and he drowned. So he drowned on the Disney property. And so there's a memorial there that you could go. It's at the hotel, actually. And so apparently Bob Iger, immediately when he found out, rushed to the family and called them and spent time with them. And while he was in China, actually, and he put that in his book as a this is what I had to deal with, and this is how you deal with it.
This is how I handled a difficult
this is how I
situation.
handle
But
it.
then he also mentions about the shooting that happened at the gay nightclub, and he just
Yeah.
kind of glosses over it. He doesn't call the families or any of that for his actual employees, but for his customers, he goes above and beyond.
So if you're out there and you end up owning a multi-billion-dollar company or running it, and you have your own lagoon with alligators in it and a child gets eaten, read the book and you'll know what to do. Like, it seems such strange advice to give to people. Such a strange story to use to teach people how to succeed in business. I'm sure the family appreciate it.
It's just a resume, and he's like, this is
Yeah.
how I handled every situation, and this is how I got to where I am today. And also, he talks about when he first came into Disney, when Michael Eisner was still in charge, and he talks about the things that he saw that he didn't like and how he changed them when he was there. So it's like, oh, if, you know, cough, cough, if there's a president and the former president's cabinet and stuff and the way that they do things, well, this is how I change it to make it, air quote, better.
Yeah.
You should listen to the audiobook because he narrates it so you can actually hear his tone of voice.
I was about to say I can read, but I didn't think of that. Just to hear that lovely arrogant voice coming through might even add a bit to it.
Well,
I do want to check it out.
Yeah, when it gets to the Star Wars part, I mean, yeah, he literally uses the word. We invited George Lucas up to watch the Force Awakens, and he felt betrayed. He felt betrayed and lied to. I mean, like, he uses those words, and you're kind of like, and Anna's right. I'm like, if I'm the editor, I might have toned it down a little bit. Said, George was a little upset we didn't use what he gave us to use.
I would have said hurt. Like, George was a little hurt.
Yeah.
That we decide and make it seem like George is more emotional. But the way that he said it, it's like, well, it's like you did betray him if you're actually reading the book and you're looking at everything, because I was actually more shocked at him and Steve Jobs relationship, because he paints this big picture about how him and Steve Jobs were like the bestest friends ever, and how he was one of the few people that knew that Steve was dying when he finally got cancer the last time. And then it's like, no, the only reason Steve told you wasn't because of your guys' undying friendship, because Steve actually, you know, from everything that he put in that book, it didn't seem like Steve liked him too much. They were just business partners, and Steve respected him as a business partner, which is why he told him that he couldn't finish this last business deal and somebody else had to take over because he knew he was going to pass away. And everything with that and the way he was acquiring these businesses, and he didn't care if the people he was buying them from weren't happy with the things that he was doing or the changes he was implementing. He's like, I don't care. I'm going to do it this way. And that's that. It's like, wow, that seems like a great guy I want in charge of the country.
But those guys that get to those positions are like that. They just have something missing in them. I think it's called a soul.
Yeah. I mean, he bought Pixar from Steve, and like, it was so weird to hear. Anna's right about those relationships, how it's like Disney could have almost owned Apple or vice versa. It's just so like Steve Jobs was almost in a position to take over Disney at one point. And then there was a point where he asked Steve Jobs to step down from the board. He was on the board of directors. Mm-hmm. And it's just so, like, you read this and you're like, my God, Steve Jobs was like almost in charge of Disney.
Well, no, and then they tried to get Steve out because he was being too problematic. And so he went and bought the shares.
Yeah.
They had to listen to him.
Yeah. Like, that's how he's
that's
like,
a power move. That's a flex, isn't it?
Steve Jobs was like, screw you. I'm going to buy more shares. Now you got to listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy.
Really eye-opening the way that he's like, oh yeah, me and Steve, we respected each other. We were such great friends. And then let me tell you in a very soothing voice how Steve hated everything I did and tried to fight me at every freaking turn.
Just the people they'll fight with, like George Lucas over Star Wars. It's like the arrogance that the fucking to just think that you're going to be right in that argument. But I suppose money talks. Just quickly, some super chats. Listen to me. You wouldn't think it was what is it? 2:30 in the afternoon. So a couple of drinks I started to have. But Boomer Gum says, sent a super chat. Drunk married Gina yet? What do you mean yet? That happened months ago.
Hey.
Nothing to say there. Just trying to quieten that noise down.
I mean,
Anna, that's all that's got to happen is that you get to be part of the bridal party and shares her ex in the bridal party. And then you two have to dance the first song together.
Well,
You should
or
be pushing this
Drunk
along.
could have him as one of his groomsmen and then just conveniently put us together walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
He'll get inspiration.
And then I'm going to have to get you a towel.
Now we'll just have one of those cleanup crews following behind.
You'll need a mop and a bucket to follow her.
How about this? You just have your wedding on the beach, and so you could just say that it's the ocean.
On the beach at Disney. And if it doesn't work out, we can all go for a swim and let the alligators take us.
If she ever hears this stuff, she'll...
Here, I'll send it to her on Instagram.
No, she'll probably text me right away. What are you saying? Oh my God.
Derek Davies says, hey gang, hope everyone is having a great night. Ryan Johnson has a really round head. I never noticed it personally. I only believe in Ruin Johnson, not Ryan Johnson. Ruin Johnson's the only one I listen to.
Oh, Robothead, did you hear about the interview that he did with Raylo?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the same interview where he said he's still doing the movies?
Yeah.
He'd love the Raylos though. Well, he is a Raylo. I suppose he's king of the Raylos.
Mm-hmm.
That magnificent shirt off scene. So So Anna, now that we've got an expert in at looking at men with tops off, now you've got Henry, sort of very manly looking, a bit of body bush on there, and then you've got the waxed Kylo, because I know you're a big Kylo friend. And listen to all you fuckers that make comments in my thing. I'm not saying Carlo. I'm an Aussie. That's how we say Kylo. It sounds exactly the same. So stop making fun of me the way I say it. But so when he turns around with that lovely waxed body, does it have the same effect on you?
No, that's more of like a nauseating effect. Like there are some men that it's like, yes, take it off, and there's other men like put more on. Like
yes,
he should have never taken off his mask, let alone his shirt, because that was nauseating.
Yes, when the first reveal when he had the beautiful permed hair was lovely.
It was
quite beautiful to see. He was quite clean cut for a villain. But I watched a bit more Ray of a movie this week that I'm going to review. It was quite interesting. Her latest Daisy's latest film. But I won't get into that now because I've got to make the video yet.
Is that the one with Spider-Man?
It is the one with Spider-Man. I have a lot to say about that.
I don't know nothing about that.
I'm keeping it as a surprise. Don't tell anyone.
You don't remember when Daisy Ridley was like, oh, I don't have any more roles. And then you look at her IMDb and it's like, you're the lead in every single movie. You're doing a movie with Tom Holland where you're like the only woman in the cast. Give me a break.
You know, it was released once. Someone threw that in my face when I made a joke on Twitter about, we're never going to see her again or something. Mm-hmm. And they threw that film in my face, and then I looked it up, and it had already been released and then pulled from the cinemas because the response was so bad. And then they had to re-edit it and try and fix it. And I tell you, I wouldn't want to sit through the original version because the fixed version isn't very good. But Bub Gooner, £2. That's like $50 in Australia. Your Disney doesn't understand lightsaber is fire. Well, thank you very much. We are currently filming Drunk reenacting that whole video. He promised to do it when it hit 10 million. So he knows every word. He's going to reenact it live though. It's going to be like a traveling live stage show, and he will be dressed as Robot Head doing the video live. So get tickets now. They'll be going up soon. That's true, isn't it, Drunk?
Love that video. Yeah, I'm having a couple little problems with the choreography, but I'm ironing that out.
To get that Aussie twang just right.
I love that. Yeah, I've seen that video a lot. I've watched that thing a lot. I actually cut it up lots of times too. That's a I don't know, man. Like once every now and then a video comes out, 10 million views, bro. That's like
I'd like that now. That'd be good. The
pretty incredible though. That's such a feat.
Midnight's Edge, and he will be on here soon. Hopefully, we can get him on here. Disney, LF, Lucasfilm is a toxic work environment, and nothing will change till the right people stand up. But can that even happen these days? Can you even stand up at all? Did you see the band? One of my favorite things, banjo playing. The banjo player from, is it Mumford and Sons? Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see? Let's bring that up. Let me read that out. Just got to get rid of Gina and her big tits off the screen for a second. Sorry,
All right.
sorry, drunk. Don't get offended.
I am offended.
You just broke his heart.
I'm broken.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
All right,
Where
I've
is
got
it?
other pictures. Oh, you got that. There it goes.
Did it stop?
You have private
it's
pictures.
I got private.
Yes. So is this it here? I think I've got it. Oh, yes, apparently this is the banjo player from Mumford and Son, who's, I thought their music was the worst thing about them. But over the past few days, this is because, what was the book he read? And that's all he did. He didn't even say it was good.
It was from Andy No, and he endorsed it. And then, of course, the crazies are like, he's not for Antifa. Cancel him.
And so he's come out and said, over the past few days, I've come to better understand the pain caused by the book. By the book I endorsed. I have offended not only a lot of people I don't know, but also those closest to me, including my bandmates. And for that, I'm truly sorry. As a result of my actions, I'm taking time away from the band to examine my blind spots. For now, please know that I realize how my endorsements have the potential to be viewed as approvals of hateful, divisive behavior. I apologize, as this was not my intention. I tell you what, if I knew that was going to take one banjo player away from the public view, I would have joined in that protest to get rid of him as well. But how fucking weak can you be from reading a book and just saying, oh, this guy's got some okay opinions, that, you have to come out and apologize like that? Is that
it's the crazy
just
world
the
we
norm
live in
now,
right
isn't it?
now.
What's that?
It's the crazy world we live in right now.
Could you imagine if every celebrity handled the Twitter mob like I did?
All right, there wouldn't be a Twitter mob.
Yes.
Exactly. So it's like, just, I don't even have balls, but grow a fucking pair of balls and stand up for yourself.
I'm sure if you did, you would be talking about them as you put them down.
Hmm.
You'd be mentioning them like the boobs to really make them suffer.
Yeah.
So we're glad you don't have the balls. Chris Topher says, I would rather nail Jabba Cecil over Kay Kennedy, and I'm pretty sure she eats puppies. I probably should read this ahead of just reading it out loud, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
But not with her mouth. I'm pretty sure she eats puppies, but not with her mouth. It's okay, Anna. Hang on, I'll read this bit first in case this goes dark. Oh no, it just says I want to do Henry Cavill too. Chris has got a lot to say there.
Wait, the whole super chat starts off with, I would rather nail Jabba Cecil over Kay Kennedy, and I'm pretty sure she eats puppies, but not with her mouth. It's okay, Anna. I want to do Henry too. That is a lot. Oh my goodness. Line also, he's mine, and I don't share.
That's it's a real twist in the story. Just that one line there. The I'd love if Henry just accidentally come across something like this, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" It's like, who are these people that keep talking about me? And how is she eating those puppies? So, yes. So, seeing as such a fan of his, are you excited about the new Justice League movie?
Oh my!
And when does it come out? Who can tell me when it comes out? Oh, I know who can tell me. Someone backstage can definitely tell me because she's dying for it. Is she going to tell me? My nerdy home. When does it come out? Is she
March
looking?
18th. Is she here?
Is it soon?
Yeah, it's March 18th.
So how do you feel? Like, you might be a fan of that film, but will you be watching it straight away?
I
will it be joining your private collection?
Everything with Henry is in my private collection.
Yes.
Let's just say I will be very pleased that night when it comes out.
What about you, Drunk? Are you excited to see that?
Yeah,
It's a touchy subject. The people are getting very, very excited about it.
I think it's like a win for fans. This is something that the fans wanted. I'm not really a DC, person. I'm more of a Marvel person, but I was happy for everyone who wanted to see Zack Snyder's vision come to life. And I think it's awesome. And I'm happy for them. I'm happy that they're excited. I'm happy that the fans are excited. I'm happy that they put some money to get it done. I'm happy for everyone for years that were saying release the Snyder Cut, and people were making fun of them, saying it didn't exist. That's not happening, and now it is happening. I'm so happy for my friends that really wanted to see this happen, and I always tell them, I was like, I wish we had this in Star Wars, and I wish I had this in
That's the part of the story I love. Like, I don't care much for the film, the original. Well, maybe this one will be amazing, but the fact that this is happening is pretty incredible. Like that, this sort of
very.
We've had editors like Blade Runner. They can't stop editing that film. We're up to about 15 versions, but this, to have fans just support it like that, and then it actually happens, and then he's going to be on Geeks and Gamers. I saw something about that, but then I couldn't find any more about it. They're going to talk to him, aren't they? Zach?
So the day before the movie drops, Zack Snyder spoke with Ryan Kennel, Lethal Lightning, Uche, and Jeremy about coming on a live stream and raising money for suicide prevention, which is something very dear to Zack Snyder. And what happened was that Zack Snyder actually announced it before Jeremy did, that I'm going to be working with Geeks and Gamers for a charity stream. And a lot of Jeremy's haters came out and said some terrible, and Steph just put the stream in the chat. Thank you, Steph. Just some terrible things about Jeremy. So they decided to move it to Uche's, who was part of Geeks and Gamers, his channel, who is a professional football player for 9 years. And they're going to do it on his channel. And Zack Snyder will be there.
There's no one says shit to that guy.
They say it to him anyway, but I mean, keyboard warriors. Listen, I mean, the keyboard warriors are funny. They call Anna a guy. They call Anna an ugly, bald, fat man. They call Anna. I mean, they call her stuff, and you're just like, I'm like, go to her Instagram. She's in a bikini, fellas. That's for you. You can go see her in a bikini on her Instagram. Sorry, Anna, but
now they're posting it on Twitter because all these people calling me ugly and then saying, re-sexualized women. And I'm like, I literally toned down my boob size. But all right. So people are like, yeah, see, her boobs are bigger. And they're all posting the bikini. So that's all over Twitter.
I'd put the photo up, but Anna wrote an official letter to me saying I'm not allowed to mention that photo anymore. So I'll be banned if I ever bring it up again. But yes, I'm surprised people say the word ugly. That's for sure.
They have no idea.
Ugly, hideous robot head. Did you see when somebody was trying to own me and call me ugly by showing a picture of my ass?
I don't understand. I don't understand that mentality. I didn't see it. I'm happy to. You did mention it once before, and I searched for hours. I couldn't find it. But you can send me a link.
This weirdo. All you have to do is type in that Star Wars girl ass to Google, and it pops up. But yeah, weirdos. Just
give me a second. You guys talk amongst yourselves. No, but I don't understand that mentality. Like that's a put down. When I don't know. For most guys, that's not a bad thing. I don't understand how they think that's going to work. I don't understand how sheltered these fucking idiots are. That's a bad thing. I don't know. I haven't seen the photo. Is it good or bad, Drunk?
I think it's bad.
Her butt?
Yeah.
It's nice. You can see everything. You can see the pancakes back there, the Humpty Dumpty. I mean, it's all there.
No, I'm wearing I'm wearing a high-waisted skirt. So
all right, fellas, don't listen to her. It's out there. Cecil took a screenshot and threw it all over the internet, and it's there. It's out there, and it's glorious. Go enjoy.
And it's not.
See, even Steph said Anna has an adorable booty. Exactly. There it is. That's another girl saying that. But going back to what I was saying is that Zack Snyder will be there, and we're gonna try to raise, which we probably will. Hopefully, we'll raise as much money as we can for suicide prevention with Zack Snyder and members and Ryan and Lethal, and it's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna be in the chat supporting my friends. And
so what date's that? The day before? What actual date is that?
that is the day before. It's the 17th. I believe it's a Wednesday.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's the 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe. But Steph put the link in the chat if you wanted to be a part. We've already raised like $12,000, and it's awesome.
You guys want to know something funny about that, though?
Definitely.
So, you know, our lovely, absolutely wonderful essence of a human being, Brie Larson.
Oh yes,
Well,
she makes my day sunnier.
Well, so her latest video was for, or not the latest one. Now she posted a new one, but the last video before that was for International Women's Day, and this video is all about here's like advice for your younger self, and apparently it's actually a charity, and it's it's labeled as a fundraiser to help women, I guess. And in this video, not once does she mention the charity. There's no mention of it in the thumbnail or the title of the video. You literally have to read the description to find out that she is doing a fundraiser. So Brie Larson, the bestest ever Captain Marvel #YesSlayQueen, I don't even think she's broken $2,000 on her fundraiser for women.
That's unreal. That's the SJW crowd, isn't it? It's all just hot air. It's all just volume.
Well,
that's screaming.
And listen, let me just disclaimer, and this is not going against anything what Anna said, because this is about what I'm about to say. If you want to raise money for something, it's always a good thing. It's always a good thing to help people. But when Gina Carano was fired, before she was fired, Star Wars Explained, my favorite people ever, they decided they wanted to do a fundraiser. They wanted to do a fundraiser to help out of anger for because of Gina. So they started a fundraiser to help the trans community, which, listen, if you want to do that, I think that's great. Anybody who needs help, you help them. But when you do it with wrong intentions, it's to me, that's not good. Mm-hmm. It's not good to do it out of hatred, saying we can't stand her in Star Wars, so let's do a fundraiser to smite her. And so there were members of Pablo Hidalgo's crew that shared it around, and they wanted, it lasted 6 months, and they raised like $19,000. And it just shows, like, when you do something out of hate, it just doesn't fall right. It just doesn't land right. We went on my channel. My channel's is not as big as Star Wars Explained or anyone else. And we were able to do almost $45,000 in
how much was
hours.
that again? Say that again.
$45,000 in about 6 hours.
That is amazing, that figure.
So and then this charity will probably top that. Like, it'll probably be 50, 60, which is amazing. And it's done out of because fans love, it's like love. And then here were people that work at Lucasfilm sharing this charity from Star Wars Explained and saying, yeah, let's do this. And they were just doing it in spite of Gina, which is like, it's just disgusting. Like, you're trying to do something pure, but you're doing it out of hate. And it just doesn't land right. You probably could have done more and raised more if you had done it because you actually want to come together as a community, which has proven over and over again, when you come together from a community, like, great things happen. Question: how much did you get total from the last chair? Almost $45,000. Almost $45,000. It was like $44,000 because even like when people went back and watched the charity stream, the ad revenue from that video went to the charity. So everything from that video that's still live, I mean, it's still up, have done that. So, well,
Drunk, to play off of that, the point that I was going to make was that it's very clear that Brie didn't care about this fundraiser. And
exactly.
If she really cared about raising money for women for International Women's Day, why didn't she mention it once in this video promoting this fundraiser? Like, you wouldn't even know that it's a fundraiser if you didn't read the description of the video. And then also when she was promoting Captain Marvel, I covered this, but there was a bunch of GoFundMes to have little girls that couldn't afford, to go see the movie, so that way they could go see the movie. And it's like, well, you would think that Disney and Marvel, with all of their millions and millions and millions of dollars, could, buy out a theater for a day and just have, reservations for parents that can't afford to take, their whole family to the movies, and just, reserve online or something and go and do that type of charity instead of raising money through GoFundMes. So that way, because she would get royalties from every movie ticket that's sold, right? So they were raising money through GoFundMe, so that way these little girls could go see her movie and use that money to buy movie tickets. And so she would get a percentage of that. So it's like, so you're raising all these GoFundMes for little girls, so that way you can get paid from it.
And the worst part of that is GoFundMe takes a percentage of that too. Like if you really wanted it, you could have rented stuff out. I mean, it's
exactly. She wants me to believe that she's an amazing person, but it's like, or she's trying to show that to everyone, but then she's promoting a charity. Well, she's not even promoting the charity. Whoever wrote the description of her video is promoting the charity. She doesn't mention it once. And then before, she has a habit of doing this because now it's a pattern. She does these charities and then, makes a profit off of them. Whereas, like I said in my video earlier, you got Geeks and Gamers that are going to be talking to Zack Snyder, and you got some diehard Zack Snyder fans like Zach and Ryan and Uche, or sorry, not Zach, Ryan and Lethal.
Lethal, yeah.
Yeah. And they made over $10,000 in the past couple days since they posted the event to raise money for suicide prevention because of the issue with Zack Snyder and his daughter. Like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, that's when people actually care about things and come together. Whereas then you have fake celebrities that are just doing it to virtue signal and they don't actually care.
And it shows in the giving. I mean, it just shows. So
but I mean, she's never had a real life like that. She's never even. I don't think she was homeschooled, wasn't she? I love mentioning the homeschool because people go nuts at me. But she just she would have no connection with the real world whatsoever. Like, she's never had a job. She's never done anything but try and get in the public eye. So $2,000. What's that? Like, how much has she got in the bank? That's like change to her. That'd be nothing to her. Mm-hmm. And it's, like you said, she can't even be bothered mentioning what the charity is. She probably didn't even know the video was for a charity. Like you said, it's whoever's running her channel would have just put it in the description. Yes, lovely. They're special, that's for sure.
The nicest way.
It just shows you the disconnect that Hollywood has and these people have from all of us, because they'll go and pat themselves on the back and just say, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel and I'm raising money for this. Look at me. And it's just like, no, you're actually not. You didn't even do it right. It's like, you didn't even do it right. And they're, low budget YouTubers with a bunch of friends of mine who are all on this panel, and others come together and we can do almost 50 grand in 6 hours. It's like, even in the middle of not Brie Larson, the Gina Carano firing, it's just, I mean, we had Cecil. Cecil was in the chat, sold artwork for that charity. It's beautiful, man. I mean, it's just, all that was beautiful. Like, whatever you think about certain people, it just came together because we just love this community and we just wanted to do something. It just was beautiful.
So was Star Wars Explained that did the evil one? That's that young lesbian couple, isn't it? Yeah. Have you ever seen two more punchable faces? Are you allowed to say that? Well, that is this gonna get me marked again as being evil? But
it might.
Man, that smarmy face on both of them. Well, it freaks me out how they look the same. Like, I'm glad I saw one of them's got a bit of growth now. I'm not sure which one, but at least that you can tell them apart. So it's just, yes.
Well, no, you want to hear a funny story about them, Robot Head. So we were at Star Wars Celebration in 2019, and I was standing there drawing the X-Wing, and Jeremy comes up to me and he's like, hey, there's Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained. I'm like, I don't know who that is. And he's like, yes, you do. I've told you about them. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, I don't want to bother them because they're, talking to fans right now. So Jeremy stood by me and he waited because, he wanted to talk to them and shake their hand and look them in the eye and, just say, if you ever have a problem with me, just say it to my face. they literally stopped talking to people and ran. Full sprinted away from Jeremy. And it's like, if you ever meet Jeremy, he is a tall, skinny guy. I could probably push him over. But they ran. 2 adults sprinted away from Jeremy because they're terrified of him, because they're keyboard warriors. They can say whatever they want from behind a screen, but when it comes to in person, they're little pussies.
Jeremy's got that sort of dignified way of doing it, where I'd be just like, you can't, like just screaming at them from somewhere, or just like throwing something at them. But he has this dignified way of going up into their face, and it's so intimidating. He also did it to the weirdo that hangs around the girls' chat rooms.
Oh, Brian Young.
Brian,
Yeah, didn't he do it to him as well? Didn't he go up and shake his hand or something?
Brian Young.
It's a power move to go up and shake
the
their hand like that.
This is like,
I saw Brian Young too. You know how when how to say this in the nicest way possible. So, you know, when you see a picture of specifically like a woman, and she takes a picture in a certain way, and so you're like, oh, this chick, you know, probably looks this way, and then you see her in real life, and it's like, oh, you're like, you know, a hut.
So that photo where they shrunk his head down wasn't that far-fetched.
No.
Just for people, somebody asked who's Brian Young. Brian Young writes for StarWars.com, and he also writes for Sci-Fi.com, and he's also a huge The Last Jedi is his favorite movie, and anyone who doesn't like that film are terrible people, horrible people. He's just one of those. So that
doesn't he hang around the Raylo chat rooms of 16-year-old girls too?
Yes.
He's digging that. I like to check out the names in the chat, and I've got a new favorite, I think. Cecil's double-chinned balls. Is that, Anna, you're close to Cecil. Is that something that he said before, that he has double-chinned balls, or is that just a great name someone's come up with?
I'm sure I was drunk during that stream, but I'm sure that is part of the Cecil lore.
The idea was to get Drunk 3PO drunk every week doing this, but he's on some fitness regime and he doesn't drink at the moment.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Got some big date coming up.
Yeah.
Look, he's gone silent.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I haven't had alcohol in a minute.
You're doing the cardio drunk, 'cause that's one of the most important parts.
Every morning. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool because yesterday went live, and then a couple like playing video games, and even Star Wars Theory is like, since I've known you, man, you've lost some weight. And like my shirts, like I have a couple shirts down one size that are a little snug, but they fit. And I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm getting there. So slowly.
Good for you.
I still like my pizza every now and then. I still like my tacos. So it's not I got till April, and then we'll be good to go. So
Hedwig Plays wants a shout out. Hedwig Plays. Am I saying that right? Hedwig Plays. They just said, can you shout out my name? And Evie said, this is, I should get someone else to read this so I can just bathe in the glory that bad Star Wars movie equals good robot head video. Well, hopefully that happens. That's why I want Ryan to get his 3 films, because the views are fucking dying. I need some more Star Wars.
Jay, what's your workout regimen? I gave up sodas, alcohol, a lot of fast foods, and cut one meal out and replaced it with the with like grinded up vegetables that I grind up in a juicer. So yeah, and
it's working.
Well, if anything, I feel better. So Cecil says drunk is surprisingly never drunk. If I ever meet him, I'll remedy that quick. I don't think so, man. I don't fall for no peer pressure. But you don't know when I'm drunk. I'm usually I'm very happy. I'm a happy drunk. I'm a happy Skippy, happy drunk.
Hey, if Cecil's going to hand out drinks to convince people to get drunk, hey, I don't drink either, Cecil. Get me drunk sometime.
Yeah.
As I just reach for another drink as we speak.
There it is.
What
Well,
if
listen,
it's
alcohol's expensive around here. Like I live right next to Disney World, so all the bars and everything are like Disney or Universal themed, and you know they jack them up. They jack the price up a little bit at the bars, so you
That's
you
why
can't.
you pregame before you go out.
It's a you can do that in Miami. You couldn't do that in Fort Lauderdale. Orlando's been a little challenging because they, you know, before you can get into anything, it's metal detectors, it's temp checks, it's a lot of things around here before you can get into any
I thought
bars.
you guys were all open, mask free, come in, party, let's get wasted.
They're open. I mean, you still got to wear a mask. So
Well,
I remember alcohol used to be cheap in the States. If I ever went there, used to bring a heap back. What's a liter bottle of Jack Daniels? How much is that worth over there? Would you know? Off the top of your
20
head?
bucks.
How much?
Like 20?
20.
For a liter of Jack Daniels?
Fuck.
Yeah, a big bottle of it. Yeah.
Let's see.
$20.
Let me
I've
go.
got one in front of me that was $70.
Oh my god.
Jack
Yes.
Daniels is not like that's like low tier, man. You gotta.
They hit.
Yeah,
Well, it's $70. That's why. That's all we can afford down here.
it is $22.
Yeah.
They hit
Like I
so
drink
many-
I drink Hennessy, Patron, a lot of vodkas over here. I had a lot of vodka over here.
I couldn't
And
imagine paying $70 for a Jack Daniels bottle.
yeah,
Oh, I'm
Jack
fucking
Daniels
broke.
kind of low tier, man.
No, but that's that's how they hit it with tax. It's like cigarettes. It's like anything like that. They just went crazy on taxes on them. So yeah, that's not that Jack Daniels is dear here. It's still seen as just like an average bourbon, but that's how dear some of the bottles are here.
So you,
Well,
my
everything is
friends,
expensive where you live because they have to like import it, right?
here,
yeah,
but you know, we import everything. It's still crazy how dear it is here. Yeah. So whenever I went to the States, we'd bring back a heap of alcohol because of that. It's always been so much cheaper.
The funny thing, a few months ago, when everything was closed and Universal Studios was open, oh my gosh, the Jurassic Park bar was open, and they had Foster's. And I was talking to Lethal, and I was like, I'm gonna get a Foster's in your honor because
We
you
don't
guys
do
are
that.
all locked down. So the Foster's, it was a big old 40 ounce of Foster's, and I got sick. Horrible. That stuff was horrible.
I
What
told you
is-
about this. No one drinks that here. I've never ever seen someone.
And
in
they
the wild
advertise
drinking
it. Foster's is Australian for beer. That's the catch line here in the States.
Yeah. I've never seen someone drinking a Foster's. So it's just not heard of. Like you just would not see someone drinking it. So it's
Jack
the greatest
Show, and I
advertising
got a
campaign
bounce.
of all time.
Oh, is it Jack Show time already? What time is it?
11 p.m. Eastern.
I thought Cecil was here just because of our great personalities, but he's just trying to take Anna away.
Have they gone live yet? Or are they still talking backstage? This happened like a few weeks ago. I was on the quartering stream and they all got mad at me. It says live in 23 minutes, Cecil. Kelsey set it for 8:30. I have 23 minutes left.
That's plenty of time. Plenty of time
Have
for
you
Cecil
ever had
to
a
get drunk.
Foster's Robot Head ever?
No. I
Never
don't
in
drink a
your
lot of
life.
beer though. No. Oh, maybe like when I was a kid, you know,
Oh, okay.
and the uncles are trying to get the youngins drunk. Maybe someone did then, but not that I remember. Yes. I don't think
You
I've
have
ever
a
even
favorite?
seen it.
You have a favorite beer? Because beer is my favorite. Like I like beer from all over.
No, I hardly ever drink beer.
Ah,
Hardly ever. Yeah, probably. Gee, it's been probably years since I've had a beer actually. So yes, more the healthy spirits. Apparently they're healthier than the beer.
it's pop. Beers has a lot of calories in it. So yeah.
Yes. So so you can stay in it. You don't have to leave just yet.
Yeah.
Josh said, "I'm loving this trio. It's great to see you all together." I agree.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Did I say
you.
Josh? For some reason, I've got a weird thing hovering over people's names and I can't see them properly. Joshua, I think it is. And is this entertainment? $4.99. So sober 3PO. Instead of drunk
Yeah.
3PO, they want to call you sober 3PO.
Yeah, till probably April. Yeah.
Well, is something happening in April? What would be happening in April?
I'm going on a road trip. I'm actually I'm going on a road trip.
Yeah, sorry, someone and Eric Davey says I have to have a shot of Jack Daniels. So sorry, I'll be busy for a second. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to do it. It's only 3 p.m. on a Friday. Why would I want to do that? Just sneaking it and just putting it back down.
Oh.
Doug with a $4 super chat. When was the last time drunk was drunk? Probably. I almost said.
Oh, that's the good, expensive, cheap shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just getting that down.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, what were you doing on Valentine's Day?
Crying at home, masturbating.
Were you on a date with someone, or you had?
I know because we did that group call at the time because we were all so lonely.
Aw.
I do not know if that's what he was doing. So, what were you doing Valentine's Day?
Boy, you guys are just really. I was out
With who?
with a friend.
He's not going to say who, but she can punch in the face.
Well, maybe. I mean,
I
don't remember. I was drinking too much, so maybe it was an imaginary friend at that time.
Sure.
It's a cardboard cutout you've got.
You know what it was? It was like the freaking fireball gets me every time. Oh my gosh. I get fireball in my system and it's like, have you ever had that, Robot Head?
No.
Yeah,
What,
fireball is
explain.
alcoholic candy.
Oh, fireball.
Yeah, that's a
I can't drink that anymore. I'll die.
Is this where you eat like a handful of candy corn, you throw that down, and then you scull some of that, like just do a shot of that after it? Because all I ever hear you talking about is candy corn and now fireball. Is it like a sugar rush as well as an alcoholic explosion?
No, fireball is like it just tastes like it's liquid candy. It's really sweet and cinnamony. And it's like
hot. I don't know if you guys have those there.
What is it?
Red Hot?
No.
No, they're just like cinnamon candy. And so fireball is just cinnamon whiskey.
That just sounds horrible if you threw up.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone's saying Fireball's vicious. Yeah, look at Fireball banned everywhere except America.
Is it really?
Because they use what is it that they use in it drunk?
I don't know, but you could drink a lot of it and feel fine. Then you stand up and you fall over. I mean, that's how bad that stuff is.
I'm going to look up if I can get it here. If I can, I'll get a bottle for next week.
You might not want to be live drinking that stuff.
Go. There we go. I'll tell you, a 750 bottle is $55.
Oh my god!
At one shop, it's $69. Is that no? That's a liter. $70. See, liter of alcohol is like about $70.
God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, Fireball cinnamon whiskey. I will have that here next week.
You can get it? Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you might want to try before you buy it. That's all I'm saying.
Are you saying buy a small bottle, one of those little bar fridge bottles?
Some people they're just like, this is awful. Like it's just awful. So
that's a new segment. People can suggest an alcohol, and I'll have it by the next week, and I'll drink it, and see if I survive.
See, I used to drink Fireball because I really don't like the taste of most alcohols. And so I used to just drink Fireball because the cinnamon gets rid of the whiskey taste. And so, I mean, it depends on how your taste buds are and if you can take the cinnamon stuff. Because I know most guys, they're like, oh, no, it's just like drinking cinnamon cough syrup. But it gets you hammered pretty fast.
Okay, well, next week it's the Fireball. Drunk, you've got to get a bottle. I know you're on the diet, but just don't eat that day.
Oh my God, don't eat, then drink that stuff. I will die. I mean, that's just, you'll hear me gurgling and then you'll be like, drunk, you there?
Have you
ever
had
there, drunk? You there? You might hear a couple thuds and then some sirens, you know. So
Anna, you trying to say something?
Yeah. Have you ever had a Four Loco?
No,
Do you know what that is?
no.
Oh, I
I'm
would
not
think
so much about alcohol. So when I was on Drunks stream, they were talking about it was like a tray of 4 drinks had a certain name. What was that drunk?
Flight.
A flight. Hadn't heard that. So this is another new one. So what is it again, Anna?
drunk. How would you describe a Four Loco?
Something I don't drink because that is that'll get you sick real quick.
Yeah, it'll get you drunk real fast. I remember I
Yeah.
had a bunch of friends that were from Ireland that they all lost their shit over Four Locos. So it's basically like a can. So you just buy them individually, and one
Yeah.
will get hammered. I think they actually had to lower the alcohol content of it within the last couple years because I
You can
think.
set it on fire. I think it'll set.
Yeah.
I think it'll burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And,
so it's just it's a surprise in a can.
Is this the where is it? Come on, get like is this it?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the Four Loco.
I like it's coloured for the kids to get them excited.
Yeah. Somebody said it best. Red Bull alcohol. Oh, they took out the caffeine in it. Okay, because I learned this from using Mio. I live off of Mio and I put Mio in my alcohols. But so they put caffeine in it, so it gets you drunk faster, and then you stay drunk longer.
Would you recommend injecting it straight into the eyeball or between the toes?
Jeez.
Belly button.
Just so everyone in the chat realizes, this is what Star Wars has done to us. This is what it has done to.
Yes, I'm trying to kill the eyeballs so I never have to watch bad Star
Four
Wars
Loko
again.
is malt liquor that used to also have caffeine, like an energy drink. Okay, yeah, that'd be the. Yeah, that's about right. Malt
Imagine if we
liquor
could go
is
back to the days where Coke had Coke in it.
cocaine.
Yeah, because you know it originally had cocaine in it.
Yes.
I guess we turned out okay.
Yeah. Thanks, parents, drinking the cocaine Coke. So, so that's another one to try. Actually, I've got to see if I can get that in Australia as well. I'll get some of those as well. It'll be an interesting stream next time. We'll just try alcohol from around the world. Now, I have a question. I have a
Better
question
you
about
than
the.
me.
Well, after April, I expect a lot out of you.
That's true.
Yes, after April.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Oh, what's that? Anyway, I do have a quick question. I do have a quick question, and you're the Mr. Park hopping, where you go from park to park. When
Yes.
Disneyland reopens, it will soon have even more of a privilege problem. I want to hear
Yeah.
about that story, but my question I bring this up is people ask, we did masks here, and I know that's very controversial and very fucking crazy. People want to fight. It's wrong. It's right. Whatever. We did a lot here in the city I'm in, but we never got kids to wear masks. Do the kids in the US have to wear masks as well?
I
Where
think
you
they
have to do it?
be over a certain age because, like, 2 and younger, it's kind of hard to get them to wear masks.
Here I think it's 16, could be 14. Because
no,
it's so
real younger here. Yeah, it's
So-
I
so
think
when-
Anna's right. I think it's 3 years and older. It depends on where you go. The Disney parks, it's about 3. I think it's 3 years old or older. You have
So
to have
ne-
a mask on.
I'm insane, like bringing up anything to do with this or politics or anything, because like someone's going to get angry. So fuck you if you get angry. That's your issue. But
It's just a
I was just
conversation.
amazed because people talk to you about masks and ask, and I'm like, oh yeah, we did it here. It wasn't that bad. But then like you don't realize it's so different all over the world what people are doing. But yeah, we never got kids to do it. We only got I think it was 16 and over. So when I saw that photo, I was quite surprised that they had the Baby Yoda mask on the kid there for him getting around. How the hell would you get a kid to wear a mask? Like
By
a
doing-
3-year-old?
You get
Doing
them
exact.
a cool one, so it's
Yeah.
because kids dress up in costumes all the time. So it's like, I think it's honestly a big moneymaker for them because all the kids, they want like Fortnite masks and Minecraft masks. And so I
They
feel
can
like
at least look cool doing it.
adults do.
Hey, salty nerd, I see you in there. The basically you tell them you can't get in there if you don't put this on. and wear it. And we'll get you a really cute one so it matches your outfit, like these here. Like they sell the mask now to match the t-shirt that you have or the favorite yeah, like Anna said, like your favorite character.
Mhm.
And they try to just make it like fun, like it's a fun thing to do. I mean, listen, they have all the characters that you love at all the theme parks have masks on when they walk around to try to make it look like it's the cool thing to do. But they're very, certain areas, they especially what this article. Do you want me to talk about this article or just mask in general?
Well, I was going to ask you about the article, unless it's just not interesting and boring. It was the photo I had to ask about.
Basically, what's going to happen in Disneyland, California, and Anna can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what it's very different than the Disney World I live next to in Orlando. It's but Disneyland is going to cancel. Basically, it's going to be very expensive to go to Disneyland, and so it's going to be
let me explain a little more, because I feel like people that you don't really realize that this is an issue until you live here. So I live really close to Disneyland. And so when you live in Southern California, they have Southern California exclusive passes that are cheaper. And you have to have a Southern California address to get these season passes. And so basically everyone down here has them. And so you can get the ones that have no blackout days, some blackout days, a lot of blackout days, whatever floats your boat. And you get them at a significant discount because we all live here. And so what happens is when they get really full because of summertime and everyone's like, oh, we, just want to go to Disneyland. Like I've done that so many times where it's like, oh, I just want to run over to Disneyland and go get, I don't know, chicken. I want Disneyland chicken or something like that. Or I want to go shopping at Disneyland. And a lot of people do that. And so what happens is you get like families that come from out of the country and they come to go to Disneyland, but it's at max capacity because everyone that lives here has season passes. So you have families that are, doing a whole Disney World trip or Disneyland trip, and they can't get into Disneyland because it's at max capacity. And that happened so many times the past couple summers, and it's been causing a lot of issues. So they've been talking about raising the price, but then, people here, you can just do the payment plans. And instead of paying $20 a month, I'm going to pay $50 a month. People will still do it because they know that they're going to use it. And so it's been causing a lot of problems. Because that sucks, imagine coming from Australia, you get Disney tickets, and then you go in with your kids, and they say, we can't let you in because we're at max capacity.
So we just go in our holidays, which is like your winter or something. So when you get there, there's no one there.
Oh, no, it's even, Southern California, it's not really that cold during wintertime. People go just to take Instagram pictures of the decorations. So it's actually really packed at Christmas. Sometimes during Christmas time, it's more packed than it is during summer.
But so have you got one of these passes for where you are drunk? Look, those shots of alcohol getting to me now. I'm sliding.
Yeah.
You must have going to you go to the park all the time.
Yeah. I have season passes to every theme park around here. It's actually good to have because Disney owns more than just a theme park. They own movie theaters and bowling alleys and restaurants, and with the pass you get like 20% off. So even if I want to go out to dinner and it doesn't look like it's a Disney restaurant, but it might be. So you always ask, I have an annual pass, and they're like, oh, it's 20% off.
This is where the people that hate you drunk say to you, you're a sellout because you keep going to Disney properties, but they own America now. It's just
especially where I live. Like they even opened up there's a place called Celebration here where Disney owns all the apartments and homes, and like they're buying land, like real estate, and just putting homes on them to sell and rent. And it's just it's everywhere. So it's like if you don't have an annual pass, you'll miss out. Like I like playing miniature golf. Like that's like a personal hobby. I play in tournaments, and
oh my
God.
God.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
serious.
to laugh.
No, it's okay. It's like that serious. And so
on the scale of coolness, and they're like, there's bowling and darts. Where does that come?
It's probably bottom barrel, but you know, but there's a certain somebody that likes mini golf too. And so
there you go. So all of a sudden, it's one of your favorite hobbies.
it's
I do like any sport you can hold a drink in one hand while you do it, though.
well,
that
it's
is-
fun. It's fun here because they have like, you know, the mini golf is really it's really crazy over here, just trying to get the ball through certain things. But all that's like 25% off and everything that I love to do. And they even have a McDonald's here. Like they own some of the fast food. And if you have an annual pass, it's a discount. So
Our
It's
version
like-
of mini golf is like if you can hit the golf ball around and not have something kill you or bite you, then you win. If you don't have like a spider attack you or something, then you're just the winner.
yeah, look at Troy in the chat. Mini golf in Orlando is insane. Yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, the people that every time they see me at Disney World, they're just like, one guy just wished I would die. Like one of the recent comments was like, "People like you deserve to stay in a coma." I was like, "Thanks, man. Thanks." You know, what am I supposed to do? It's a job. Like going to theme parks is a job I get paid for. Like what am I expect? But what this article is saying is that what Anna was saying is that they're going to cut out a lot of the annual passes, and you're able to pay monthly if you live in the area for an annual pass, so it's actually cheaper. So like you could pay $40 a month and have an annual pass, but they're gonna, according to that article, they're gonna wipe that out where you have to pay it all in one lump sum, and they're gonna raise the price tag. And what this person is trying to say in this article is that they're making Disneyland for the wealthy, and they want. Reader's Digest came out with a similar article last month saying that Disney is going to be raising their prices on all arounds to keep the crowds out and keep wealthier people in, because wealthier people if they have a better experience, will spend more money inside the theme park. So that they basically want like rich people to come and spend money. And so they've raised their rates on their hotels. They've raised their rates. They were going to do that before the shutdown happened, and now I think it looks like they're getting ready to go back to that probably by the summer. So
Bob Iger's going to have to add another chapter to his book on success,
yeah,
and it'll just be called "Fuck the Poor." Well, it's not even the poor. Fuck the middle class. Like we just need the upper class.
Bob Chapek is.
What's that?
Bob Chapek is there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. He's taken over. He sounds like he's just as delightful. Marcos said, first time catching your live stream. All right, what up at Drunk 3PO? Anna just finished
Hey.
MOS. And
Awesome.
hashtag Henry Cavill, our Superman.
Mm-hmm.
dear God.
You guys have put me in a good mood.
And
Oh,
yeah, we're bringing her down, Drunk. It's like just mention him. I should have a photo just ready to bring up every now and again that we're after she gets down with us. Steph's disappeared. So if there's any other super chats, just point them out to me so I don't miss them. For some reason I can't see them here. But oh yeah, Disney. The why it was always expensive anyway. I mean, I suppose those passes though, that's gonna make a big difference if you go to Macca's and using it everywhere.
well,
The-
I mean, on paper, you think about like if only the wealthy can afford it, they'll go into a park that's not so crowded and have a better experience. But this is why we are seeing here in Orlando, the Universal Studios theme park and others they're being they're hitting max capacity every day. Like if you're not there by 11, they're full. Like they won't let you in, and because more people are going over there, and they're doing a whole Jurassic Park revamp. They're about to unlock a Velociraptor coaster, which looks amazing, and like it's all going to be Jurassic World instead of Jurassic Park. So they're up and all that, and then they have the Harry Potter world and all that stuff over there, and people are just heading over that way because I'm
You
sorry.
gonna say Anna?
I love Harry Potter.
Oh, the Harry Potter world. Well, Drunk's been telling me it's meant to be fantastic. Like they actually
yeah.
made it like the movie, unlike Galaxy's
Incredible.
Edge.
I like people that really, really, really love that we're deep in Harry Potter lore when they go there and you see their expression and when I'm with them, you're just kind of like, see, they did that right. You know, like, see, they did that right. And
like, hey, let's build a Harry Potter land, but let's only base it around fantastic beasts. You know, could you
no,
imagine?
it's not even that. It's like Robot had said last week. It's like you have, let's build a Harry Potter land and introduce a new place that nobody's ever heard of with new characters that no one's ever heard of, and just stick the Harry Potter name to it, and you just show up like, where is this place? Oh, this is you know, this place, like Batu and Galaxy's Edge. We're gonna build a Star Wars land that no one's ever heard of with characters you don't even know, and expect everyone to be like, that's cool, I guess.
I'm surprised that family let him wear the little Baby Yoda outfit, seeing Baby Yoda such a stoner, such a drug fiend. You saw I got a footage of him being a stoner, didn't you? I'll show you this highlight just in case you haven't seen it.
Grogu. Grogu.
Can you believe it?
That's amazing.
Well, guys, I have to go. Unfortunately, got to go on the Jack show. But
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was
The
fun.
door's always open. I mean, only because you're so ugly, we feel sorry for you. For what you were saying, everyone's talking about how ugly you are. Like, I'm sure we have to, show pity on you and have you back anytime you want to come.
Thank you. That means a lot. Well, thanks, guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your stream.
Take care.
Thank you. Keep Cecil in line. So
And
drunk.
then
Just us
she's
now.
gone.
No one's listening. You can tell me all about Gina again. Oh, hang on. Maybe not just yet. So,
Did you-
hang on. Go on.
Did you hear the new Star Wars character is a rock?
Oh, I did.
I mean, I wish you would make a video on that. Just take the cheeser and
Was there an actual? I got to share this again. But was there just the description?
no, they have a video promo for it and everything
No.
on the website. Yeah,
When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke.
they
Hang
put
on.
it up on their Instagram and it got so poorly. There it is. It got so poorly commented that they took it down off Instagram and they decided to just put it on their official Star Wars page.
We make it bigger. It's not very clear. Yes, the Rock. And
Yeah.
was it GA? Did you say?
Yeah, and then the starship behind her is called the Vessel.
They're just taking the fucking piss now, aren't they? They don't care.
I mean, that's top quality content, man. Like, think of the imagination that went through this. Hey, Mom, can I get a vessel? Sure, that's the name of the ship.
That is
Vessel.
just.
And who's
they just don't.
navigating that? A giant rock.
They
that
just don't
doesn't
give
talk.
a fuck.
Yeah, I know. You have a super chat, Doug.
I want to say this one. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, I think he had one before and then I lost it all or something, said when anything is cancelled, the price of said item shoots through the roof. almost as someone somewhere has a vault full of Cara June figures. Is that true, Drunk? Do you have a vault full of
you want
Cara
to
June
hear?
figures?
No, I do have some though. I do have some.
Is it
Um,
like when you see people fill their baths with weird objects? Do you fill it with Gina action figures and then hop in the bath?
I mean, I'm beyond that now, so it's okay. You want to know the crazy thing? This is one of the most crazy things that ever happened. Was after the last video that I released of the Gina Carano interviews, somebody sent me a box of about 20 Cara Dune Funko Pops, and they wanted Gina to sign them.
I remember you
And
saying that.
yeah, and I didn't get any warning. I just went to the PO box and I was like, "What is it?" And normally, I always, unless it's a friend that says don't open it till you get home, like on a live stream, I always open my packages at my PO box in case there's something weird,
Explosive.
so that they
With
can
a big
I
stick.
can have a witness. Yeah, because I've had threats
Witness.
of people saying that they were gonna like poop in a box and send it to me. So like if you send it to the PO box, they will have a return address, so like they will report it and things like that. So anyway, I always open it
I
there.
like how you want a witness to that. Like you go at the person working and go, look at this box full
Yeah,
of shit.
someone
Like,
took a
look,
dump.
I need a witness.
Someone took a dump
Thanks,
in a
buddy.
box.
That is a box full of shit. Thanks for sharing that with me.
Yeah. Thanks. But yeah, so they sent me 20 and there was a note they were saying, "Can you get Gina Carano to sign these and I will pay you for each one?" And I'm like, the nice lady, I said, "Can you just send this back, return it?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can return the sender." So they sealed it up and returned it. And I got an email from him. He was angry, and I'm just like, what? And so I forwarded it to the Geeks and Gamers as an attorney, and it's like, just like, don't respond. Like he goes, next time they do that, just keep them yourself. Like they shouldn't be sending you stuff for people to sign. Like that's stupid. Like how dumb can you be? Why would you send me that stuff thinking I would be like, "Oh, sure, buddy. Hey, Gina, can you sign all these for someone I don't know and I'm going to mail them back so we could sell on eBay?" Like what is that? Like what is that? And then tons of emails of people saying when it first happened, I don't really get them anymore, but people were saying can I send you something for her to sign, as if she lived in my home.
Whoa.
But the weirdest one,
the
weirdest one ever was I have to I'll share this email with you one day. I got to dig it up. It's in the I sent it to Anna's seen it. Too bad she's not here. We talk about it. That there was an inspiring actress that wanted to make a trip to visit me.
Hang on, this story's sounding good. Just let me really concentrate. An inspiring actress. That's always a good start to a story.
Yeah, and like she sent some videos of her acting, and she was just like, "If you can introduce me to Gina and Lucasfilm, we could make it worth your while." And
wow.
in short, and like this, she sent this professional, and I'm like, "Holy crap!" And so I was just like, "What do you?" I never responded, man. Like I'm like, I don't listen. If you're gonna send me emails, like I will not respond.
Drunk 3PO.
No, man, I will not respond or open it because the world is too crazy, and it's just like, and I'll just let you all know, like I will laugh at you, because I have nothing to do with that whatsoever. Nothing.
So did she send you the video at all, or any like shots?
Yeah, she tagged it on a video. She showed like, she even sent photo, like professional photos, and and it was just, I'm sitting here going, holy crap. I mean, I guess, listen, you miss every shot you don't take. So maybe the thing is I didn't know. Like having Gina on my channel, I didn't realize it was a bigger deal for a lot of people than I thought it was. I don't know if that makes sense. she was actually on a YouTuber's channel before mine, and it got like 3,000 views.
Yes,
You
but
know what
she
I mean?
wasn't doing flirty eyes and like laughing at you.
I was too nervous. I haven't even gone back to rewatch them, honestly, even though people have said that. But I didn't
I knew
think it
she
was a big
liked you when
deal.
she laughed at your jokes. I
Oh
thought
man,
she's
she
got to
was
be interested.
think of it more of not being interested. Think of it more of a make a wish. Uh, it was probably a make a wish type thing. You know, those where you feel sorry for someone and like she goes, "We're gonna." This was a make a wish thing for this poor YouTuber.
Afterwards,
Uh,
her manager said, "You know that guy's there's nothing wrong with him," and she was like, "Oh fuck, I thought he was dying of
yeah,
cancer or something. I thought I was helping this guy out."
yeah, it was something like that. But
Yeah,
it
I'll
I
leave
didn't
those words
realize
in
it was.
April.
That's the thing is I didn't realize that it was that I didn't realize it was what it was, and I don't know why I was picked. I don't know why we became friends. I don't know any of that, but it just happened, and it was just really weird that it happened to me of all people, and I didn't expect it to be a big deal. Honestly, I just thought it would be. Honestly, I thought if she was going to go on anyone's channel, it would be like Gary, like Nerdrotic, or someone that has a bigger following than I did at the time. Because at the time, I only had 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but I don't think she
So,
wants to have sex with Gary.
oh my god, brother, that's the alcohol talking. You're gonna get me in trouble. But
Dad,
again, it's like and then when she was fired, which when she was fired, those videos just shot up in views, and like they were brought up again. And it's just weird. I didn't think it was that big of a deal because it just the videos were just me and her like just having a conversation over coffee. And it wasn't, I wasn't prepared. She just texted me. I tell the story many times, so I won't, bleed into it again. But she basically sent me a message saying, "Hey, are you free? I'm free. You want to Zoom? Like, you want to do an interview?" And I had just got back from the gym, and I didn't even like shower. I just threw on a hoodie, and I was like, "What am I gonna say? No? Like, can you give me an hour?" I'm like, because I asked her, I was like, "Now?" She goes, "Yeah, right now. I'm ready." So I just turned it on, and I have like an hour of footage that I didn't even air because we were just trying to figure out what we were going to talk about and
you
all
were
that
trying to
stuff.
stop sweating. I have to
That
point out.
too, like you can see my hair looks real greasy in those videos. I'm like, yeah, it's awful.
Anakin Skywalker said, "I mean, Gary isn't that bad." Now, look, I'm just saying she didn't want to have sex with Gary because
Well, he's
Gary's
married.
he's a happy man with
Yeah.
a family. Like, yeah, he's not on the market. He's, she's probably got different tastes. She needs a different sort of man. We'll just leave it at that.
I mean,
I think I dug a bigger hole there. That sounded worse. That I was making it. There was something wrong with Gary. Gary's
probably,
lovely.
probably it's the alcohol. It's okay. But
Doug
I
Dimmock.
mean, it's if you want my I know everyone keeps asking because like when she was fired, my emails blew up again from Fox News and all these people asking questions. Like people don't even really understand. I didn't really understand what I like how big this thing got for me. Like it was really odd that portions of the interview that she did with me made it onto CNN and Fox News and Bloomberg and all these things, and they're like quoting me, and people are showing up in my channel like asking questions. People are saying like they were sending me emails saying we'll pay you money if you could tell us more. We'll pay you money. Are you guys dating? Are you guys this? Like, how do you know? I mean, it was just like it was crazy, and I felt bad for a while because my little channel and my little supporters, I had a great, very open relationship with them. Like they were able to contact me, and it was just kind of like I haven't gotten back to like a rhythm with all that because I thought maybe around March when that interview stuff kind of died down, like life would kind of die down, but then she was let go. And it just spurred it all back up again. And to be honest with you, and this is just my opinion, but I believe like she wasn't. I believe she was supposed to be. I don't think the way they fired her was the way Lucasfilm intended it. I think it was leaked, and I think Pablo Hidalgo had a big deal with it. And I think because he hated Gina Carano and his little crew that he has over there at Lucasfilm. And again, it's my own opinion is Gina mentioned in her interview with Ben Shapiro that they wanted her to sit in front of 40 people and discuss, how sorry she was for her tweeting. And it to me, it just seems like it was Pablo Hidalgo's crew, because he's just such a, he has these tweets out there and everything and making fun of her when she got fired. And
a little birdie told me that Pablo's not a fan of yours either. That's why that's why it got leaked during your fundraiser.
He wasn't happy that she was talking to someone that didn't like The Last Jedi. And he hates YouTubers, and he's mentioned that on Twitter. But the guy who broke the thing is the guy that broke the story that she was fired was in a conversation with Pablo Hidalgo right on Twitter, and you could hear like Pablo deleted all those tweets, but the guy's responses were still there, and he's like, "Oh man," and like one of the responses was, "I guess you could play Cara Dune now," to Pablo, and you're just sitting here like, what is this? Like what? Like who is this guy? Like that just he's such a turd, And the thing, and I'm sorry I'm rambling, chat, everyone that's here, but the thing is just for me personally, and I can't speak for everyone, when The Mandalorian showed Luke Skywalker, for many of us, and the way that Gina was very friendly with the fans on social media and everything, Star Wars was becoming a little more welcoming back for me personally. And I was like, I would support Gina because Gina was supporting fans. Gina was helping out fans. Gina was talking, like parents were tweeting out, "Hey, my daughter loves Cara Dune, but she's being bullied." And Gina would tweet out like things about bullying and send personal messages. And people don't realize she sent out like personal packages to like these children that were being bullied for liking Star Wars. And she sent out all these things. And for me, no matter how I felt about Star Wars, seeing someone like that, an ambassador, made me begin to love it again, because I'm like, this is, to me, like, this is what it's all about. And not only her, but Carl Weathers. And it seems like everyone that was on the Mandalorian set they were doing good things. They were interacting with fans. They were doing, and we could break down how poorly written it was. I mean, we could go through all that, but at the end of the day, it was seeing that kind of love. And then Luke Skywalker happened, and yes, it hit me right in the feels. It is what it is. And then there was a lot of excitement for Star Wars. Like people were talking about it again. And then this idiot, this turd, this idiot, Pablo Hidalgo, who's whatever it is, his pride, his jealousy, whatever it is, decides to make fun of the biggest Star Wars YouTuber ever about him crying about Luke Skywalker, and just totally took all that goodwill that they had built up and just flushed it in the toilet. And then this idiot who hates YouTubers was forced to apologize to the biggest Star Wars YouTuber in all the land. I'm sure it just ate at him. I'm sure it just freaking ate at him to everything, and his whole little crew of Matt Martin and all them, all those people that tweet horrible things about Gina and that tweet horrible things about the fans. I mean, Henry Gilroy who tweets out a man slapping a woman when Gina was fired on his Twitter. I mean, all these people that are in Pablo's camp, they just took that goodwill and flushed it. And then the story of her being let go, leaks. And because I honestly believe that was leaked. I honestly believe that it was, I think when they were going to start the Mandalorian press stuff, whoever wasn't going to be back for season 3, they were going to announce. And it would have, and think about it, Robot Head, it would have sounded a little different if they said, yeah, Mandalorian's going to fight in Mandalore, so Gina Carano's character won't be back, and Carl Weathers' character probably won't be back. And for many of us, we could say, Well, that makes sense.
That's
You
what
know?
gets me. People want to take the argument into whether the show's good or acting or whatever. It's nothing to do with it. And it's like, even if they sack her, I don't sort of have an opinion on, so to speak, as in it's the way it was done. Was the public flogging and how they wanted to make an example of it. It's all that shit that fucking got to me that I have a problem with, and that's whether they do it to anyone. And I don't get these people that sort of take a side on that. Like, like exactly what you said. There's heaps of characters that just don't return to shows. Like they just disappear, or they don't write them back into the story. That's all that had to be done. They didn't have to say anything about whether she was coming back or not. And that's where
and that's
these
why I
dickheads
believe
that
it
sort
was, and that's why I believed it was leaked. And Pablo Hidalgo, being the turd that he is, when his Twitter account was locked, and I'm gonna have a video on this in a day or two, so you could see it all there. His Twitter account was locked, and when the whole thing with Star Wars Theory happened, he unlocked that Twitter account and deleted every single one of his tweets, and he just kind of left it alone. Like he just left it there. Then he has his Lucasfilm Twitter account that's locked up, but there's people that hate him so much, people that he thinks are his friends, that hate the man so much that they leak everything he tweets in that Twitter account to people because they want him, they just hate him. But he thinks they're his friends, but they leak it. That's how we ended up getting it. You know what I mean? Like that. How do we end up getting this stuff? Because people, it's all locked up. So his personal account that was locked, and now it was deleted and everything. The day Gina got fired, he tweets out LOL. And then underneath of it is a gif of Cara Dune. And it's like this. And this is what, and you wonder why there's people that just hate and give up and are done with Star Wars. And you're just like, you look at Kathleen Kennedy and like, what do you even do? Do you even see what's going on? Like, do you even know? And
but with that prick, it's like he got the golden ticket. Like he's working at Lucasfilm. Like, why the fuck? Like, what a miserable little prick that he has to worry about having a dig at like, because that actress got fired and she talks to YouTubers. Like, how small are his testicles? Like, why is he even fucking concerned about it? Like, why isn't he just living a dream life of writing about Star Wars and having fun and enjoying the fans and fucking just, you could just go to every fucking expo about Star Wars and walk out like a hero on stage and just people clap you and thank you for creating more Star Wars content for them to watch. But instead they want to fucking worry about who's having sex with who and who's saying the wrong thing and who's a little bitch on YouTube. And like, it's just the fucking schoolyard mentality with them just blows me away.
It's
like, we do it for fun. We got nothing else to do. We don't have lives.
Man, I mean, I'm just saying. And we could have, if he had just shut up and he hadn't done it. And I point fingers at him.
Very drunk, but someone has pointed out we should be saying them or they, not he.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, if he would have just shut up and not done this thing with Theory or anything else and just did his work, we would have months of, we wouldn't probably, what would we be saying about Star Wars? We'd just be talking about the High Republic and how silly some of that stuff is, but that's about it. But now you've got this whole fraction. And to make the matters worse, these people don't have the balls at Lucasfilm. And I'm talking about, these are all people in Pablo's workstation. They're all these people. And that's how it's all connected. And all the names, you could have videos on them all. They come out and they tweet out stuff like calling Gina Carano the German N-word, calling her names, that she's a bootlicker, that she's this, and then they delete the tweet like in 3 hours because they get scared or whatever. But then the next one comes out and does the same thing. And then the next one comes out and does the same thing. And then they're like, maybe I'll just delete it. It's just beyond me that, again, like you said, you work at Lucasfilm. Why do you even need to comment? Like, why do you even need to comment? And why do you need to do that to make things worse?
Imagine someone
Um,
says to you, like, we're going to pay you to make up Star Wars stories or pay you to design Star Wars posters or ships or whatever. And you're like, okay, but I'm going to spend a majority of my day bitching on Twitter, and having to go at people and the fans. Like, you'd be just loving life, wouldn't you? Just like living in Star Wars land in your head every day, going home with a smile on your face, checking in with the fans to see if they're happy with what you're doing. But they do the complete opposite. It's like I said, you got the golden ticket. Enjoy it. Be nice. Enjoy the fans. Make something we actually want to fucking look at.
oh my goodness. But then, so then this little, this turd, he just, and yeah. So now I really believe with everything in me and the people that I spoke to, and I'm not talking about Gina. Gina does not talk to me about any of this stuff. Just if anybody's wondering, um, I believe with everything in me that Lucasfilm was not prepared for what had happened. They thought Cara Dune appeared on 3, maybe 4 episodes, and that was it, right? So if we let her go, who's gonna really miss? You know what I mean? Who's gonna really miss her? What Gina Carano has done, she was one of the most important figures to bringing fans back to Lucasfilm because she was an ambassador to Star Wars by doing things for children in children's hospitals, sending out care packets to kids that were bullied, talking to them online. People would send, their child would be dressed up as Cara Dune. She would retweet them. She'd put them on their Instagram. She would celebrate them, as celebrating her character. None of the other stars were really doing that. Carl Weathers was a little bit. She gave people access to Star Wars, and people were supporting. Even people that didn't like The Mandalorian would watch because they wanted to support her because of the love that she showed for the fans. And then what do you have happen? You have idiots like this do this, and I don't believe Lucasfilm was prepared for the backlash that they're seeing now. They cannot, since they let Gina go, since the announcement of letting Gina go, there still hasn't been a real official statement. Since they have done that, normal people, like, listen, there's high-powered fans like us who talk about it all the time. Then there's like the normies that just have Disney Plus for their kids and everything. Star Wars cannot post anything, and I mean anything, on any social media platform that they have. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, any social media that they have, they are getting ratioed, whatever you want to call it, to hell and back. Not just from like people like us, but from normal people, like normal fans, normal, like why did you do this? Like, that was my daughter's favorite character. Why would you do that? And they don't understand that what Gina did, she just reached out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She reached out a little bit and showed love to those, and we loved her for it, and we supported her, and now look, they could post anything on YouTube and gets ratio. I look, Kathleen Kennedy shows up at the Oscars speech, and people, thanks to Ryan Kennel, that's how I heard about it.
Yeah.
People destroyed it so bad that they took it down for a little while, and then they put it back up. And
people love to blame, like,
and
the
Steph is
fandom
absolutely right in the chat. The fans are fighting back. They're fighting for their franchise. And it's not just like us YouTubers who've been talking bad about the direction of Star Wars since The Last Jedi. It's like, my brother has children. They watch Disney Plus. He's not into this world. He doesn't. But when Gina was fired, it made it on all the major news networks here in America. I mean, all of them. It was a top. And I bet Lucasfilm wasn't ready for that. They're like, who the heck is this woman? She was in like 3 episodes. Like, what is this? And it's because people loved her, and then they're using the excuse, well, she tweeted this out. And then everyone's like, well, this guy tweeted this out. This guy tweeted this out. And listen, Hal Hickey, the animator for The Mandalorian, who's been with Lucasfilm a long time, just tweeted out a comparison, exactly what Gina did with the German thing and all that stuff. He just did that, and he muted it. He's like, I don't care. I'll do what I want. And you sit here and you're just like, they didn't expect the backlash. The backlash is happening. Yeah, they come out with numbers saying, well, 100 million people now have Disney Plus. Fine. Disney Plus has more than Star Wars on it. I'm sorry. If it was just a Star Wars channel, I'd be curious to see. It has stuff for children. It's got all kinds of Disney movies. It's got Marvel. And then the way I see it, and I'm sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, everyone. And if you want me to shut up, just tell me, Jay, stop talking. But the way it looks is if the higher ups looked over at Star Wars, at Lucasfilm, and said, hey, I don't know what's going on here, but you see what Marvel just did for us? They made us billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Keep going, Jay. Okay. Billions of dollars over there on Marvel. You need to bring the Marvel people over to Lucasfilm because I don't know what's going on over there. It sucks, right? And I'm telling you, Pablo Hidalgo hated that too. I'm telling you, this man hated that too because of his pride. So now you got Feige coming in. You got Favreau coming in. You have Joaquin, the guy who did the Thor Ragnarok. Oh, what's his name? You got him coming in. You got Chow. You got all these people from Marvel hopping over into Lucasfilm now. And look what they did. They did the same playbook that Marvel did. Mandalorian is Iron Man, right? So now they're building a war. You had Kathleen Kennedy, Pablo Hidalgo go on the stage of Star Wars Celebration and other places saying, we're going to move forward. We're not going to move backwards. Well, look what they've just did. They moved backwards back into that time period of Return of the Jedi, which they said they were never. Pablo Hidalgo has said it. Kathleen Kennedy has said it, which they said they were never going to do. Now they're back in this timeline because, you know, whatever you think about The Mandalorian is one thing. They did a good job in trying not to keep it woke for whatever reason. And then they had, you know, you got to look at Mando as Iron Man. He started this whole thing. Now you've got all these little breakout shows that came out just like they did in Marvel with Iron Man. Now you had all these other movies, and it's going to end up to a big bad, and it's going to be Thrawn. So you look at Thrawn as Thanos. All right. You look at Mando as Iron Man. You see all this stuff. It's the same blueprint that Marvel did for 13 years, and they're going to do the same thing in Lucasfilm. And you just watch. I mean, just watch. Marvel did the same thing. They would always tease. I do have my own channel. It's Drunk 3PO. My goodness. He just never puts it in the chat. Steph can put it in the chat though if she wanted. But they have you know, so Iron Man would tease the next superhero. People would the next superhero. You got Mandalorian teasing Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker. So it's all the same. It's the exact same blueprint right before our eyes. And you have this idiot, Pablo Hidalgo, this freaking idiot who is upset because his pathetic sequel trilogy characters didn't take off, you know, like he wanted it to. Him and Kathleen's their creation, their Rey, Finn, and Poe. And as the years go on, you have Daisy Ridley coming out. There was no plan. We didn't know. You have John Boyega coming out. They treated me like crap. I was just a token. You have the next person. I mean, it just doesn't end. And so they just can't help it. You don't hear that stuff coming from the Marvel camp during those 13 years. I mean, they gave us Captain Marvel. Okay, that was one shot out of what, 13 years? But I'm just saying, now you see it. You're going to see it in Lucasfilm. It's all going to stretch out, and it's too bad that there's a fraction over there, this Pablo Hidalgo fraction that wanted Gina Carano gone because whether it's because she came on YouTube channels, whether she was happy-go-lucky with the fans, whether she was everything that Pablo hated, he just wanted her gone. And they got it. And now Steph promotes my gaming channel, not my regular channel. They're seeing a backlash that they've never seen before, to the point where the Star Wars that I love, that has had, you know, that my family loves, that They can't even post a video about a book on social media without it being taken down because of what they've done. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, you need this. That was a
Sorry,
that was a
everyone.
flow. I enjoyed that. I am still here. I was just entranced with him going. I wish I could get that much intelligence out in one burst. You're right though. You're right. There's nothing I can add to make that more true. I do have to say, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, Cara June figures and Dr. Seuss books will be the currency of the future. Just to add what you're saying, which I do cringe every time I gave my nephews those Black Series Cara Junes for Christmas, and they're wrecking them out of the boxes now when I could have kept them in the boxes, which would have been a nice financial move to look after them. But no, you're right. You're right, Drunk. It's crazy what's happening there. Who would have thought? Even Jared Weaver just said, "Preach, Drunk. You speak for us all."
Well, I'm just saying, like, once they get, if they can get this Pablo,
someone told me to shut up.
Oh no,
sorry. Hey, look, I'm sorry.
If they would just get rid of, in my personal opinion, if they would just get rid of this Pablo Hidalgo crew, because the dots are all connected. If you would just get rid of this Pablo Hidalgo crew that Kathleen Kennedy put in charge, we might actually see, I'm not saying George Lucas Star Wars, but at least a Star Wars, right? And that's not filled with ridiculousness and character, it because these people, it only takes a few of these people to ruin the whole, you know what I mean? And one bad apple spoils the bunch, and all those things. And so it's just like this story group that Pablo's in charge of, and all his minions, they're just ruining it, man. They're just killing it, because I don't know if it's their jealousy. I don't know if it's
the ego. It's the jealousy and ego.
Yeah.
Like, they want to be George. They don't understand the love for George. It's that lack of talent. Like, they don't get what George had that they don't have. And it's that frustration and anger about it. You know, like, they want to be loved, but they don't know how to do it. So it's easy to just sort of call everyone fucking racist or sexist or something, because they don't know what George did and how special it was. They don't know, like, how unique he was. They just thought it was George because they worked for him. And if we fucking move him on, we can actually get on with some new stuff.
You know what's crazy is George was on, like, he came to the Mandalorian set all the time. Now listen, Gina, in her interview, and she said this on Twitter, she has said this multiple times, even on my interview. She has said, like, the people on the Mandalorian, like, she's never worked with a crew that loved one another. She's never worked with people that were amazing, that made them feel good about each other, that hung out, like, that just that call each other, I mean, she just said, this crew is amazing. And I want people to, like, those are my friends over there, you know, like, she even talked about Pedro Pascal, which, you know, he's not everyone's favorite cup of tea, but how nice and kind he was to her. And it's just, you know, and so she felt like she wasn't treated poorly over there or anything like that. Now you have Pablo Hidalgo, like, in this crew, and, like, the way what they're doing now, and the reports that come out about. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but it would make sense because it's happened to many other actors. But, like, the reason it's not that Cara Dune's action figures and stuff sold out, it's because they, you know, it has her likeness. So I'm almost positive, and I could be dead wrong, that she was getting a percentage. So not only did they want to cut her, this man wants to hurt her and take away her money. So calling up Amazon, calling up Hasbro, saying, you stop production of anything Cara Dune. And that's been said, that's been stated. It wasn't that they sold out. It's that they told Amazon to stop production. They told Hasbro, stop selling, stop making it. And so not only, like you said, not only did they let her go in a shameful way, right? However, it was leaked. Then they want to take money out of her pocket by saying you can't. We don't want to sell your figure because we don't want you to have a percentage. Like, think about that's
What,
crazy to me.
what
I'm
type
a
of
company
bitch you've
that
got to
doesn't
be to
want.
do that?
I'm a company that doesn't want money. Like what? Like right now, Cara Dune's character, like her figure, like you couldn't find it in December for Christmas. That's when it was selling out everywhere. It was selling out, it was selling out, it was selling out, it was selling out. Now they're like, hey, pull it. We don't want, like, we're gonna destroy them. We don't want them out anymore. Now now they're probably gonna write her character out of the books, the storyboard books that Pablo was developing, because that book was canceled. They're probably going to write Cara Dune's character after all. And I've never seen a group of idiots like Pablo Hidalgo's group that want to erase this character from existence of Star Wars.
Look, it wasn't helping his plans. She was a woman, she was strong, and everyone liked her. So that was the problem. You can't have that in Star Wars. It just it just wasn't going to work out for his future plans. I think it was just because you liked her so much and he hates you so much. I think you should take the blame.
Yeah, I mean, of all the questions I asked, and
don't get depressed about that. I'm not
but I asked, I asked a lot of, I tried to ask as many people that I knew. I was like, look, is it because she came on my channel? Like, number one, if that's true, if that had anything, even if it had a small smidgen to do with her letting go, that she came on a YouTube channel, like, number one, that's the most freaking petty thing I have ever heard in my life. Number one, that just shows you what kind of an idiot Pablo Hidalgo is.
I know what you're going to say. You're willing to become her personal slave for a year to pay her back. Back massages. You'll
even before I released the video, I emailed her and text. I was like, look, I don't have to. I ain't gotta air this. I don't have to air this. Like, she's like, what are you talking about? Let it ride. I'm like, and I always send it to her first. I was like, you can watch. If it's not what you want, I'll take it out. Da 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 da. I was very, and once it was aired, the crazy thing is, like I said, I expected maybe 50,000 views. Like, that's what I was thinking.
What's it up to now?
The first one's like, I don't know, 260, 270 maybe. It has its moments. Like, one week it'll just skyrocket, and then the next week no one will watch it. But I told her all the thing that I didn't expect was, like, that interview of me talking with her would make, like, all these major news networks. I didn't expect that. I thought maybe, like, We Got This Covered would cover it, and, like, those trash publications would find a few things to pick out of it, which they did.
I was mostly surprised. I saw it on Pornhub. I mean, you looked a little different, and I didn't think it'd be so physical, but I was surprised. Yeah. I sent you congratulations
they owe me money
that.
for that. They owe me money.
Yeah. I thought your performance on that was quite astounding. Like, you're very flexible, Jay. Yeah. So that was a surprise to me.
It's a lot of years. A lot of years.
Scratchpad, guys, thanks for making your voices. Heard. You're showing people out there that they are not alone. Welcome to the resistance. So it's funny.
Yeah. So the I didn't mean to cut you, sir. Go ahead.
No, just a quick one. Don't forget what you're going to say. I was just going to say, when you do these videos, like I have videos that are like 2 years old, like the first videos, and then someone will thank me. Like, it's the first time they've seen it, and they're like, I thought I was the only one that thought this way. You just picture some guy in some town somewhere. It's got no one to talk to about Star Wars that hates it now and doesn't realize that there's a lot of other people that do as well. So, yeah, it's always touching when someone, makes a comment like that under one of the videos.
Well, on my Instagram is a much happier place than Twitter. And
I'm trying to spend more time on there, but fuck if I can work it out. Keep seeing these these notifications saying someone wants to send you a message, can't find it. Yeah, but
Well,
it is nicer there.
Yeah, and so when Gina was fired, she tweeted something out. She's like, "We're not gonna, you can't be canceled if you let them. Welcome to the rebellion." And she's making her own movie now, and she's and how that's gonna be awesome. Independent creators are gonna rise up now because people are tired of the mainstream. So that's why it's like this whole thing is not about, her movie's not gonna have $100 million budget with that type of effects and everything in it, but it's about creating and being a creator and investing in others and all that stuff. And so that's why it's important to that's why the Zack Snyder movie is important. That's why supporting people's comic books are important, and supporting these films are important. And I made these shirts on my Instagram, just on my Instagram, nothing big. I just said, hey, if I made a shirt that says "Welcome to the Rebellion," would anybody want them? I said, I'll make them, and instead of capitalizing on Gina being fired, we'll give the money away. And I just said, after I got to pay some taxes on them, yeah, but I'll give the money away. And so yeah, so it's like it was cool. Like the first week I had them out, maybe 3 weeks. I put it on a video. I was like, we made about $890, and I was shocked. So I gave we gave $1,000 to Feed America, to hungry families. And people still complained, that I made shirts, that they tried to get my store taken down, and they ended up getting all the Drunk 3PO merchandise taken down. And that really hurt, like the avatar that you see me talking now, that really hurt because it's kind of like a part of my YouTube history. Stephen Waynar drew it, and anything that had the Drunk 3PO name was all taken down out of the store, and it was mass flagged, and the merchandise was it was off. I just felt terrible. I woke up with all these emails from the store saying, we're removing it. We might remove the store. We might do this. And it just was kind of like, why would you want to do that? Like we're giving it to help feed families that are poor and that are hungry, because you hate Gina Carano so much, because you think you won as a Twitter mob, and then you're losing because she's making her own film, and we're still helping people. We're still doing stuff. Now I'm like, in honor of the Snyder Cut, we're going to give away some money to the suicide prevention, because people started buying more shirts. And I'm hoping that each month, whatever we sell, we'll find another charity. And I was like, I wanted to spread it out, like $500 a month. We could give it to whatever, like we'll pick, yeah, and in honor of that, this cancel culture, we can't let them win.
No, that's the important thing, is we can't let them win, because fuck them.
Exactly.
Fuck them all.
And it's like, I can make, if they're taking money out of my pocket because I can't sell my shirts, well, you know what? We're gonna do some good. And what are they gonna say? Like what are they gonna say at the end of the day? Like, oh, they're stealing from Lucasfilm by saying we are the rebellion. They're stealing, like, let's get it taken down. You can't copyright those words, you idiot. And we're also, and you're also taking money away from families in need. Like we were able to do some awesome stuff too. There was a lot of people from Texas that had GoFundMe's that were hurting, and I will not mention, if they're listening, I will not mention anyone's name. We were able to help some people here and there with some of that money to help them get back on their feet. It's just been awesome, like, and that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's all about. These cancel culture weirdos, and Pablo Hidalgo might as well wear the crown, him and his crew. They thought it was funny, that Gina got fired. They wanted her gone. He thought it was funny that we were all upset about it. And now look at the mess that they're dealing with. It's just a mess, and I hope Gina comes out. I know she's happy, and she just feels bad for all the fans that love her character, and Pablo. Listen, I always believe it's gonna come back around. It'll come back around on him eventually. It'll come back
whenever
around. Like
whenever you think things are turning, though, it seems to swing back the other way. Like it's just, you think, here we go, it's starting to turn, and then it fucking slides back again, But
well, I mean,
it always turns. I
what
mean,
I'm
like the
saying
50s
is
were
like
very,
like the golden rule or like karma for Pablo. He must be a very miserable, unhappy person, and he's gonna die that way. And I don't wish death on anyone. And I'm just saying, like, I really hope that his life, like his legacy will what he leaves. It's not going to. Oh, look at that!
I forgot I could do that. I forgot I
Look
could
at
put
that.
messages on. Look, week by week, this show will get better. But yes, someone's wearing one of the Rebellion shirts right now.
Look at that! Look at that! Your shirt went to help somebody, so that's pretty cool. And it's people just take a look at their lives and like, what did I accomplish in my life? I laughed at people's pain. That's what I'm going to be remembered. And that's really sad. That's really sad. I feel sorry for him if that's his life.
But that's not going to happen to us.
I went really deep there,
lives.
so I apologize. Again, I don't want anyone to die. I wasn't wishing him. I'm just talking about the legacy that we leave behind, for others. And it's just, oh, thank you, Steph. Thank you. Can I still buy the shirts? Yeah, they're still up until they take them down. So
look now when I put something up, I don't know how to take it back down again. So we can just leave that there. That's a good one to have up there anyway. Here we go. Just put up this one here. Yeah, you got to go to Teespring still.
Thank you, Steph. Thank you.
I suppose we should bring this to an end. That's 2 hours. That's pretty good.
Oh man, sorry guys. I just went on a ramble, man. Forgive me.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Freaking Pablo guy, like just guy's got problems, man.
Should we gonna review WandaVision from Derek Davey?
I don't have Disney Plus, so I didn't finish it.
I don't have Disney Plus either, but I've got the show.
Oh.
I bet you're honest, so you're a nice person, and like yes, not as the same as that as much, but I did start watching it, and I do have a lot to say about it, but I got sick of it. But I might try and finish it and review it. I think I didn't like it from the start, which a lot of people liked it from the very.
I actually liked it. I was enjoying it, but then
did my head in.
Yeah,
I think my mistake was I watched the first 4 in a row together. I waited till it was like 4 out, and those first 2, they would give the game the shits.
It's funny. Someone in the chat just reminded me. Steph is Drunk's mom or girlfriend. No, neither. She's actually the producer of the show, but she has the power over all of us right now.
Exactly. She just pull the plug at any stage.
Yeah.
She loves that power.
I got a work phone from Geeks and Gamers, and it's a Verizon phone, and on it is the free year of Disney Plus I haven't activated yet. I just remembered I can watch it on the phone now. I could hit I could activate it, but I just never did. It just hurt, man. Like this whole, like you said, the way they treated her it just hurts.
Trust me, people,
man.
you can't get that number off him. I can't get Drunk's number. I have to send like a pigeon to his house to try and get him to respond. So speaking of lovely Steph, My Nerdy Home. Now, as far as I know, can you put what's the name of your new channel? Here it is. She's actually just put it up.
There it is. Everyone needs to
can't have the
subscribe.
name. Apparently this was easier. I haven't asked her. I'm very keen to ask her. Then she was having so many problems with her other channel that she started this new channel. So everyone has to go over there and subscribe. And it's what's it actually called besides those horrible numbers? What should people look up? It's coming through. Please tell us what it is.
I think it's My Nerdy Home.
But wasn't the other one that? It's just the same?
It is. It's My Nerdy Home.
My Nerdy Home. Write it in the chat so I can highlight it and put it up there. KK gets fired this year. You guys going back to Star Wars. that's the channel you got to all go subscribe to help Steph get up so she can, after all this time, get monetized. Well, with Star Wars, I was going to finish this up, but just quickly, this is something I want to talk about weekend next week. But it's just how much you can care, like how long the care can go for. You know, trust me, you put Empire Strikes Back on, I care a lot. But yeah, I'm just here for the car crash, just here to see what happens. Like the Kenobi one scares the hell out of me. Like, please stop. Just start new stories where you can't fuck up the past. That's like, when that comes on TV, I'm going to have one eye closed, like cringing, just waiting for him to destroy Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in one show. So I might come back if it's good, but yeah, I don't have a lot of faith. What about you, Drunk?
Yeah, I always tell people that even when I was, watching it to support Gina and everything, I just watch Star Wars now through a different, you just watch it through a different lens. It's basically like it's not like an event like it was, like when the first 6 will come on regular television with commercials, I still watch it. I have it on. I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's on TNT here, like with commercials, and I could watch it and I like love it, and I'll order a pizza. I'm like, Star Wars Marathon. In my mind, I'm like, I've got the DVDs, I've got it on Blu-ray, I've got the downloads. Like, I don't have to watch it with commercials, but it's like, nah, man, it's Star Wars. And now it's just kind of like, a C+ television show, like you said, like just kind of watch it and go, yeah, there it is. What are they doing with it now?
They brought that thing back. Oh, look, they're showing that thing.
Kind of like, I'm like, oh, that was cool. Well, that's okay, but it's nothing like I said, the Cara Dune figures and those things were the only Star Wars merchandise that I have. That's the only I did purchase a Rose Tico. Let me. But since I was man. Let me tell you, when they released that Last Jedi merchandise, I must have spent $200 to $300 on Last Jedi merchandise because I'm thinking we're gonna see Luke Scott, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. And then there was a nice bonfire in the backyard after that movie, but it's just the only Star Wars stuff I get now is my people PO boxing to me, and I appreciate that. I put it up.
Welcome Nerd Cookies as a new member.
Excellent channel.
This member thing. Yes. Welcome to a RoboCop.
Oh, Gina just tweeted some political stuff.
There's a whole nother show, but we'll bring this to an end. Thank you, Drunk. Thank you, Anna, for being part of this earlier. Thank you, Steph, for controlling everybody, including me and Drunk in the background. And go subscribe to her show. And I'll actually put some notes under this video and put links to all these things. But yeah, should we do this again next week? Can it get better?
I think I'm free. Next week we'll be coming. Is that the Snyder Cut release day?
Oh, we can watch it together.
No, it releases on the 18th, so we'll be over it. So we have all seen it. Yeah, man, put it down.
Someone just asked if I'm from New Zealand. No, I'm not.
No, he's from New Jersey, man. Come on.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for being part of this, and I'm sure it'll turn into a show one day. Oh, and we were trying a new name this week, Drunk, but we'll see if that name sticks or if we'll try something else. So, yeah, thanks everyone, and we will see you next time.